At the far end of town where the quicker grass grows, and the wind smells low and sour when it blows, and no birds ever sing excepting or crows, is the street of the lifted Lorax. And deep in the quicker grass, some people say, if you look enough, you can still see today, where the Lorax once stood just as long as it could. Before somebody lifted the Lorax away. What was the Lorax? And why was it there? And why was it lifted and taken somewhere? From the far end of town where the quicker grass grows. The old once lawyer still lives here. Ask him he knows. You won't see the once lawyer don't look at his door. He stays in his lurking on top of his door. He locks in his lurking coat under the lobe, where he makes his own clothes out of with muffled move. And on special day midnight in August, he peeks out of the shutters and sometimes he speaks and tell how the relic was lifted away. He'll tell you perhaps if you're willing to fade. In the end of all love here less than a tin fair, and you have to toss in 15 cents and on there, and the share of our great grandfather's nail. When he pulls up the fair, makes a most careful count to see if you paid him the proper amount. Then he hides what you paid him away in his sleep. His secret strange hole in his scrupulous globe. Then he grant, I will call you by whisper my friend. With the secret utter or for your ears alone. Don't slap the whisper my friend to your ear. And the word once low whisper air, not very clear. Since they had to come down through a smelly horse, and he sounds like he has smellish beast up his nose.
Now I will tell you, he says, with his teeth surrounding gray, how the Lorax got lifted and taken away. It all started way back, such a long, long time back, way back in the days when the grass was still green, and the pond was still wet, and the clouds were still clean, and the song of the stormy swans rang out in space. One morning, I came to this glorious place, and I first saw the trees, the truffula trees, the bright colored tops of the truffula trees, mile after mile, in the fresh morning breeze. And under the trees, I saw brown barbaloots frisking about in their barbaloot suits as they played in the shade and ate truffula fruit. From the rippler's pond came the comfortable sound of the humming fish humming while splashing around. But those trees, those truffula trees, all my life I'd been searching for trees such as these. The touch of their tops was much softer than silk, and they had the sweet smell of fresh butterfly milk. I felt a great leaping of joy in my heart. I knew just what I do. I unloaded my cart. In no time at all, I had built a small shop. Then I chopped down a truffula tree with one chop, and with great skillful skill, and with great speed, I took the soft stop, and I needed a need. The instant and I'd finished, I heard a guy jump. I looked. I saw something pop out of the stump of the tree I chopped down. It was sort of a man. Describe him? That's hard. I don't know if I can. He was shortish and oldish and brownish and mousy, and he spoke with a voice that was sharpish and bossy.
Mister, he said with a so dusty sneeze, I'm the Lorax. I speak for the trees. I speak for the trees where the trees have no tongues. And I'm asking you, sir, at the top of my lungs. He was very upset as he shouted and puffed. What's that thing you've made out of my truffle tuft? Look, Lorax, I said, there's no cause for alarm. I chopped just one tree. I am doing no harm. I'm being quite useful. This thing is a need. A need to find something that old people need. It's a shirt, it's a socks, it's a glove, it's a hat, but it has other uses. Yes, far beyond that. You can use it for carpet, for pillows, for sheets, or curtains, or covers for a bicycle seat. The Rorex said, Sir, you're crazy with greed. There's no one on earth who'd buy that full need. But the very next minute, I proved he was wrong, for just at the minute, a chap came along, and he thought that the need I had knitted was great. He happily bought it for $3.98. I laughed at the Rolex, you poor stupid guy. You never can tell what some people will buy. I repeat, cried the Rolex, I speak for the trees. I'm busy. I told him, shut up, if you please. I rushed across the room and in no time at all, with the radio phone, I put in a quick call. I called all my brothers and uncles and aunts, and I said, listen here, here's a wonderful chance for the whole Onceler family to get married rich. Get over here fast, take the road to North Niche, turn left at Weehawken, sharp right at South Stitch.
Right forward. Okay.
And in no time at all, in the factory I built, the whole Watson family was working full tilt. We were all knitting sneeze just as busy as bees, to the sound of the chopping of truffle trees. Then, oh, baby, oh, how my business did grow. Now chopping one tree at a time was too slow, so I quickly invented my super X-hacker, which whacked off 4 truffle trees at one smacker. We were making sneeze 4 times as fast as before, and the Lorax, he didn't show up anymore. But the next week, he knocked on my new office door. He snapped, I'm the Lorax, who speaks for the trees, which you seem to be chopping as fast as you please. But I'm also in charge of the brown Baba Woods, who played in the shade in their Baba Woods suits, and happily lived, eating truffle fruits. Now, thanks to your hacking my trees to the ground, there's not enough truffle fruit to go round, and my poor Babaloots are all getting the crumbs, because they have gas and no food in their tummies. They loved living here, but I can't let them stay. They will have to find food, and I hope that they may. Good luck, boys, he cried, and they sent them away. I, the Onceler, felt sad as I watched them go, but business is business, and business must grow, regardless of crumbs in tummies, you know. I meant no harm. I most truly did not. But I had to grow bigger, so bigger I got. I biggered my factory, I biggered my rows, I biggered my wagons, I biggered the loads of the sneeze I shipped out. I was shipping them falls to the south, to the east, to the west, to the north. I went right on biggering, selling more sneeze, and I biggered my money, which everyone needs.
Nice. High five.
Then again he came back. I was fixing some pipes when that old innocent the Rorex came back with more gripes. I am the Rorex, he coughed and he wheezed. He sneezed and snuffled, he snargled, he sniffed. Once or he cried with a proper croak. Once or you're making such smuggler smoke. My poor swami swans, why they can't sing a note. No one can sing who has a smoke in his throat. And so said the Rorex, please pardon my cough. They cannot live here, so I am sending them off. Where will they go? I don't hopefully know. They may have to fly for a month or a year to escape from the smoke you smoked up around here. What's more, snapped the Rolex. He then there was up. Let me say a few words of a gloppy glop. Your machinery chokes on, day and night without stop making gloppy glop, a social up. And what do you do with this leftover goo? I will show you, you dirty old one-star man you. You're grumpy. You're grumping the pond where the humming fish hummed. No more can they hum, for their gears are gummed. Some sending them off. Oh, their future is dreary. They work on their fins and get awfully weary, in search of some water they didn't so smeary. And then I got mad. I got terribly mad. I yelled at the Lorax. Now listen here, Dad. All you do is yup yup and say bad 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 bad. Where I have my right, sir, and I'm telling you, I intend to go on doing just what I do. And for your information, you Lorax, I'm biggering and biggering and biggering and biggering and biggering, turning more tropical trees into sunnies, which everyone needs.
Very nice. Wow. And I'll finish it up here, unless anybody else wants to. And at that very moment, we heard a loud whack from outside. In the fields came a sickening smack of an axe on a tree. Then we heard the tree fall, the very last truffula tree of them all. No more trees, no more needs, no more work to be done. So in no time, my uncles and aunts, every one, all waved me goodbye. They jumped into my cars and drove away under the smoke-smuggered stars. Now all that was left neath the bad-smelling sky was my big empty factory, the Lorax, and I. The Lorax said nothing, just gave me a glance, just gave me a very sad backward glance as he lifted himself by the seat of his pants. And I'll never forget the grim look on his face when he hoisted himself and took leave of this place through a hole in the smog without leaving a trace. And all that the Lorax left here in this mess was a small pile of rocks with the one word, unless. Whatever that meant, well, I just couldn't guess. That was long, long ago, but each day since that day, I've sat here and worried away. Through the years, while my buildings have fallen apart, I've worried about it with all of my heart. But now, says the Onceler, now that you're here, the word of the Lorax seems perfectly clear. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is gonna get better. It's not. So catch, calls the Onceler. He lets something fall. It's a truffula seed. It's the last one of all. You're in charge of the last of the truffula seeds. And truffula trees are what everyone needs. Plant a new truffula. Treat it with care. Give it clean water and feed it fresh air. Grow a forest. Protect it from axes that hack. Then the Lorax and all of his friends may come back.